Hey, what's up guys, how's it going? It's Gryphon here, and today we're going to do a quick Gryphon trip. As you all may possibly come to know, I've come to find using a Gryphon trap to be pretty fun. And it's been kind of funny, so like here you got this guy from FON. I don't know what he was thinking. I guess he thought, oh, free resources, 684 million might player, not a big deal. So I swapped, my gear over to Monster Hunting gear and just sat there on an island for a little while. And I guess eventually he just got kind of greedy. So I used leaders to bait, and that was kind of the idea. But in the first wave, I kind of didn't time this right. I didn't really know exactly how long he was going to have. And so I guess for the first time, I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. And now I will say, looking back on this, okay, next time around, I'm just going to pull the trigger the moment I see the leader, because to be honest with you, I would have probably easily have nabbed a few leaders after the fact. But anyway, so the first wave, we went ahead and gave him a good chunk. So he's getting about 5 million a march, and there's probably like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marches. At 5 mil a pop, he's only getting like 30 million. Okay, now this next little chunk, okay, just imagine 250,000 tier 4, and we're already at 2. Okay, now we're at 3. And I'm like, checking that timer. I'm thinking I got 6 seconds, right? So I can pretty much wait, depending on how many you can get in there. So there's 4, 250k stack marches. After about 12 seconds, I thought, okay, might as well. So there's 5, and then I swapped to war gear, and just like that, random. Okay, for a total of 6. Now, as you could expect, he probably didn't see that coming, because he lost his leader just like that. But now to go ahead and kind of look at the reports, right? It's 100,000 red, right, on that first hit. So 150k goes to his wounds. Then he's got another 100k wounds, So at this point, his infirm's at 300k. Now his infirm's full at 70,000 extra, but now he's lost 179,000. And now he starts losing a lot more than what he was losing earlier. Now he loses 250,000. Okay. And that's all tier 4 infantry, my friends. And there goes another 250,000. And just like that, it's all pure Red Dead. So now, as you can tell, the size of the player doesn't really necessarily matter. But I, for what it's worth, right, I thought I'd go ahead and show you. So this is, his account, and this is what he's got, and this is kind of what his stats and gear is. I mean, again, it doesn't necessarily matter too much how big the player is, for those of you out there wondering. Now, you guys might remember from last week, this really super quick Gryphon trap I showed you guys. And as you guys might remember, this guy was pretty big. Okay, I know that I didn't stress it enough. I know I don't bother showing you these guys' reports and stuff like that. I don't tell you who or how big and vice versa, right? But like that guy, he lost like 1 million tier 4. This other guy that we just showed you not too long ago lost pretty close to 1 million tier 4. Okay, this is what you can produce with a Gryphon trap, alright? And now to give you an idea of who I'm dealing with here, okay? I know some of you guys are probably wondering, like in this case, I was wearing research gear, okay? But this guy is 1.2 billion, okay? It's funny though, because you can see he's only got 38 million kills, right? His stats are a little weird, but this is, the difference between most kingdoms. And so I thought I'd kind of go ahead and show you that, because as you can tell, there's a lot of them. They're everywhere. They're literally everywhere. I don't know how else to explain it. So this is kind of like what I'm wearing as far as gear goes. It's not terribly reasonable, obviously, for the average player to get, okay? But in my personal opinion, as long as you've got like your level 9 to level 10 military researches, you should be good. Obviously, you need to have level 10 homeward bind. Because, well, obviously that's how a Gryphon trap is to work in the first place. And then my recommendation is to get Terra Spike, Magma Lord, and Jazik, because those will drop the HP, which is a super helpful bonus. Now, as far as buildings go, this is kind of the building setup I've got. And as you can see, I've got 428,000 for an infirm, but that's kind of what I'm using for buildings. If you're wondering about the troop composition, this is what I'm using for a troop comp. It's not terribly complicated, as you can tell. It's just a fairly basic and really to-the-point thing. What about wall heroes? Alright, for the average player, you're probably not going to have all the pay-to-win heroes, but what I recommend is Bomb and Goblin. You want Rose Knight, Child of Light, and then you want Death Knight, not Prima Donna. And then, of course, from here, you can kind of decide, depends on what you have. If you've got Watcher, I would use Watcher. If you don't have Watcher, then your best bet is to probably stick with whatever cav hero you have at your disposal. And in my opinion, I usually prefer to stick with army attack if I can get it, but obviously in this case, a cav attack bonus is better than not having any at all. Now, of course, that's what you do for that setup. Now, as far as actually hiding your troops, pop a 50% boost. It's a little pricey, I know, but that's what I recommend you do. And then what you'll want to do is you just want to go out and you want to reinforce a castle so you can garrison it and you can reinforce it. That gives you at least 375k twice, plus another 300k or 200k depending on what you're doing, if you have 50% boost or not. And then you fill it up. Then you can port anywhere you want. I prefer islands, so in case you're wondering, you just look anywhere on the map for an island. And basically, in this case, I can't find one off the top of my head. Okay, fine. No biggie, I can just go to my bookmarks, and there's an island. And, of course, the idea is to make sure all the spots are taken up. And that's pretty much it.